Hey listeners, Retep here. Don't forget to check back every Monday for new episodes of Cocktails and Kimonos. And if you like the show, why not click through our Amazon banner or hit up one of our sponsors to help keep us going. And now for the show.
Comedian Matt Ralston back, friend of the podcast.
Holler.
Second time.
Here he is.
Second time around.
We got a lot of feedback on your podcast. It was, people liked it. They thought you were like this goofy dude from Canada, and I have to keep telling them, no, it's Alaska. It's similar, but different a little bit.
Did you get people that liked Matt, or did they just hate him and that made them like the podcast?
Well, they were happy that we had a handicapped person on and reached out to the community.
I think you can make a case he's the ugliest non-retard in the world. I think you can make a strong case. What's been going on, Ralston? What's happening, man? What's bothering you? What's on your mind?
I don't know. Going through yet another breakup.
Oh, that's right, because you were going through a breakup on the last podcast. You told the story of how you
That's right.
had like essentially broken into your ex-girlfriend's apartment.
Well, no, but I mean, like a gate. That's like saying a takeout guy breaks in when they.
Yeah, except the
Come
takeout.
Well, he's invited.
Yeah, and he's doing a service. You're not.
Well, that's debatable.
So what's going on with?
Well, just to refresh, you laid in her bed though and waited for her, didn't you? Isn't that what happened?
I passed out strategically in the bed.
I like that.
I mean,
strategic pass out, just figuring
like
she'll eventually
people,
come in.
If you think about it, everywhere you go to sleep is strategic. You know, you don't go to sleep in the Del Taco.
Well, you don't.
I've seen some people.
Yeah,
it's actually a popular sleeping
some
spot.
people do, but then you failed. I mean, even bums, they go into stairwells and corridors. They don't just pass out on the middle of the boulevard, you know?
Just go to sleep using a cheese quesadilla as a pillow.
So they can wake up and have a nice meal.
Wait, so what? It's crazy. Right. I mean, you went through your last breakup, and now, I mean, it wasn't even that long ago. How long were you even dating this woman?
Like 6 months, I think.
Was it really?
Yeah.
And what's happening? Why did she dump you?
Well, first of all right, well, here's the thing. So there's 20 stories like this, but this is the easiest one the most succinct way to put it.
Okay.
So we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. She's meeting some of her friends. We were supposed to meet my friends first, but someone took an hour and a half to put on makeup. So scratch that plan.
So did she have to go to work as a clown later?
Wait, because she had too much makeup on?
Yeah. Just an hour and a half for makeup.
You just explained the joke.
Wait, that was a joke? I thought you were telling a serious story.
All right, so already a bad choice going to Buffalo Wild Wings. That's never a good idea.
Well, it was to meet her friends.
We were just having a conversation earlier, and you were making fun of me for taking my girl to Denny's.
I was absolutely making fun of you for taking
you took yours to Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's not even the same ballpark.
But it was a group thing. Denny's is a group place at 2 in the morning.
of losers.
It's where fat poor people go.
No, it's one of the only things that's open in the morning. So
you took your girlfriend to Denny's for breakfast?
Jesus
well, it was
Christ.
2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and I wasn't the only one. There was like 6 of us. So.
Well,
it turned out it was bad.
Excuse it.
I mean, it ended up as a bad night, so I'll put it that way.
Of course, it was bad. She was pissed that you were. You know, my theory is that cheap hotels are less dirty than expensive hotels. Because if you take a chick to a cheap hotel, she's not going to fuck you. Whereas if you go to an expensive hotel, automatic fuck, suck and fuck, right?
So you think there's like more semen
per square inch in expensive hotels than cheap hotels.
Oh.
Although I think you could make the case that people go to cheap hotels just to bang quickly and only spend $60.
I understand that, but also there's people like Retep who take their girlfriend to Denny's and probably the Motel 6.
Let me just interject.
It was on your anniversary,
never
right?
put out.
I didn't take her to Denny's. We came across a Denny's on the way home, a group of 6 of us, and it was open, and we were drunk. So we stopped in, had a sandwich. Some of us had sandwiches.
A sandwich from Denny's? It's not a delicatessen.
Well, the women had sandwiches.
A sandwich.
What did you have?
I don't even remember.
Buffalo wing sandwich with bones.
Whatever I had was just
Actual.
awful.
Like a new experimental pizza dish that Denny's is rolling
I
out.
believe it was on the experimental menu. It should just have a menu that says experimental.
Shit, we're trying. All right, so you
Buffalo sauce with Cheerios.
so you go to Buffalo Wild Wings to meet her friends.
Yeah, so I go with her. Yeah.
Not a good.
No, her friends are kind of cool. So, she's like, I don't have any money. I'm just like, I happen to not have any money right now, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'll take care of the food. Like, I do that anyway, so it's a big fucking deal. Right. So, like, you get a couple beers, right? And I had like eaten already, so I didn't really want to eat. And she knows that I'm a vegetarian. We can go into that. It doesn't really matter. It's not political. I don't enjoy meats.
Okay.
So you get a couple beers. She's like, I'm like, what do you want? Get whatever you want. Just being skittish. I'm like, get whatever you want. She's like, all right, I get some chicken wings. I'm like, of course, you're a chicken wing place. Get some fucking chicken wings, She's like, and then I might get some potato skins. And I'm like, she's like, would you have a potato skin or two if I got one? I'm like, yeah, I never turned down a potato skin.
Yeah, they're good.
They're pretty good.
Well, although they often have bacon topping on them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That is not a default setting for the potato skins. So the waitress comes over. They initially just come with cheese and chives or whatever. So the waitress goes, oh, potato skins, you want some bacon for like 50 cents more? And I see her look at me, look at the menu, look at the waitress. Like, what do I care about more? This guy or bacon?
Or bacon on the skins.
And, I'm just staring at her like, if she says
Waiting.
bacon,
Yeah.
this is over.
It's a moment of truth.
It is, and
She said bacon, didn't she?
she got the goddamn bacon.
How did she say bacon? Like, was she like, yes, bacon?
So no, I think it was like
Was he dating a fucking just gorilla?
Well, she was so bacon hungry that she
bacon. Oh wait, I like bacon. No one else exists. So yes, bacon. Yes, bacon. It's like a robot. Like
So really, there's a
piggish
deeper,
robot.
a deeper issue though, because
Well, it's just inconsiderate.
symbolic of other things.
symbolic.
And you were paying for these skins that you now can't eat.
I'm paying for my own potatoes. Well, they're not mine because I'm buying it as a gift.
Sure.
Not as a gift, but as a courtesy.
That's a gift.
But she pretended that a precursor to her wanting to order the skins was that you would agree to have a couple. Because she wanted to make it sound like she wasn't going to scarf down the whole plate,
Just pick
which
out
she was
on
going
like
to.
two, which she did.
Oh, so she did. So you
Well, of
basically
course
dumped
she
her
ate
because
them all.
she's fat. Is what you're saying?
No, she's not fat, man. She's from the Midwest.
I've seen her. She's not fat.
No, she's hot.
But inconsiderate nonetheless.
All right, check this out. Do we have time for one? I don't know if we're just going.
No, we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time, pal.
So,
If it's more inconsiderate stories, I want to hear them.
oh yeah,
And I think our audience does,
I got
too.
another one.
That's your shtick.
So, although I've been thinking like maybe the most inconsiderate shit happens to me because I'm so unavailable emotionally. It's kind of like if you just
That's not true. I mean, you're emotional. You're very emotional.
No, he's completely unavailable. I've lived with him.
Really?
He's an alcoholic robot.
Because the other night, so he gets emotional when he's drunk, is what you're saying.
Although you haven't been drinking much lately.
I haven't drank in like 3 weeks and it's bizarre.
It's actually bothering me that you won't
I know.
have a beer, but
Well, you had to cancel the hour of power because
that's right.
you're
Power hour next week.
giving the liver. Really?
So I'm at her place, right? She lives in West Hollywood on the opposite side, so it's about 2 miles from my house. And her car won't start. So,
what a bitch.
It sounds like you might have been dating a poor person here. She didn't have money for potato skins and her car won't start. We're in our 30s
She's
now.
from the South.
Point taken. Next. All right, so her car won't start.
Her car won't start, and so I go, you know what? She's like, I got to go to work tomorrow. It's Friday. I'm like, all right. Well, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so here's the thing. I'll just drive my car to your house. You drive it to work. While you're at work, I'll fix your car. Then I'll walk to my house, right?
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of planning here going on. And
You offered this up?
no, I cared about her. I mean, I
Sure.
would still offer it up to a friend or whatever.
Sure.
So she drives my car. I work on her car for a little bit, walk my ass home. That's 4 hours worth of shit, right?
Yeah.
So I call her. It's like noon. I know she gets off around 8 o'clock. I'm like, all right, here's the thing. I need you to pick me up later because I might have to do something. And I know she gets off around 8. So, And I specifically said, I don't want to take a cab. I don't like taking cabs, especially not to my own goddamn car. That's why I own a car. It's redundant to take a cab to your own car. Anyway, so she gets off at 8. I call her. She's like, hey, I'm just chilling. I'm like, yeah, well, go ahead and pick me up whenever. Like, don't rush. A couple hours go by. It's now like 11 on a Friday. These are precious hours ticking away.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you? She's like, here's the thing. My neighbor's having a party. I've had a couple drinks. I shouldn't drive.
I would have dumped her right there. And it's not even up for debate.
I should have. And then I said, I don't care. Like, and she goes, why don't you just take a cab and I'll give you back the money? And I'm like,
oh my God.
For multiple reasons. A, you're not going to give me back the money.
Of course not.
And
you were never going to see a cent.
And then I was like, that's like the most inconsiderate thing I've ever heard of. And she goes, well, I didn't know there was a party.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, that explains.
She's lucky that you didn't kill her.
I punched a hole in her door.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then it was over?
It's like, well, how do I know next time it's not going to be in my face? Like, well, if I'm taking a piss, that's not like saying next time I'm going to take a piss on your face.
No, you should have just said, well, you don't.
No, it's not the same.
It's not even the same ballpark. You know me. I would never. Am I a violent person by any stretch of the imagination? No, absolutely
you're not.
Well, not violent. I mean, creepy and weird.
Yes, but
not violent.
He's creepy and weird the same way like Mr. Burns is on The Simpsons. He's
not nearly as.
He's
well.
a hunchback.
So,
yeah, I mean that's a deal breaker for you because you
was
fixed her car. Yeah, that wasn't.
I know.
That joke didn't work, but.
So, what else have you been up to? You just were recently on TV, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A couple commercials running pretty heavy right now.
Yeah, I went to the Improv last night, and all these fucking loser comedians were acting like it was like I just booked 2.5 Men or something.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, dude, congrats on the silent role in those 2 commercials.
Yeah. It's like, what?
The funny thing is, you are very prominent in both the Samsung Galaxy and the Buffalo Wild Wings, isn't it? Oh, that's funny.
There might be a conflict if they invent a cell phone.
I think Buffalo Wild Wings.
If Buffalo Wild Wings invents a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that in the future for them.
It's funny though, because like that's how it works with commercials. Is like you can only, if you do a Bud Light commercial, you can't do any other beer commercials that year. It's called a conflict.
A conflict, is that what it's called? I've never heard of that.
Well, you've also never been in commercials like Matt and I.
But I mean a conflict.
Is that
what it is?
I didn't say conflict.
Conflict?
Yeah.
What is that?
What do you call it? A conflict?
Anyways,
What was yours?
can we talk to our guest? You sound like an idiot.
So
we talk to the audience like they're idiots.
But it's just funny, like, like when you do Buffalo Wild Wings, like I'm just imagining like you getting a call from Hooters,
Right.
and your agent's like, no, Matt's already tied. To
Yeah,
Buffalo
he's already
Wild
in the
Wings.
category, like just the gross. Like, what are the categories, by the way?
I think hot wings.
You did a music video a couple of years ago where you do a song about being an underwear model. See,
Yeah.
do you regret doing that? Because I watched it and it is god awful.
It's really bad.
It's so terrible. I was gonna
Wow,
play it on the podcast, but I tried to find a piece of the song that was good.
Is that
I
the one
just
that
couldn't.
Jaglin's in, where he has a terrible acting performance and says, "What's your deal, Steele?"
Yeah, he did.
He said, "What's your deal, still? Because you're sure as hell not Evander Holyfield."
Did he?
But he said it
improv
with
that
the
line?
conviction. Yes, but he said it as though people actually say that.
He says it. I remember when you guys were filming that at the compound. He was like really proud of like his performance. He was like, "I think I really did funny stuff there." And then
No, I mean every video I watched on MySpace of yours that wasn't like stand-up comedy is atrocious. And the featured one is
What is it?
It's the one about finding a place to sit to eat your lunch. It goes on for like 4 minutes.
So horrible.
I am just like, why is this? He must not have gone on his MySpace account in years.
Oh man. Yeah,
The underwear model one's funny. I stand by that one.
I mean, you sound like a terrible.
I think I'm in it.
No, you're in the other one that's on there. That's the one where that one's funny. That one's actually funny.
What is it?
Where he's like the Olympic janitor.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
you're
That one's
practicing
kind of funny.
for janitor Olympics.
That one's decent. Payman Benz, shout out.
Yeah, that's
He passed away.
he was a former guest. I'm sorry.
I forgot that he was a
deceased.
guest. Yeah, he did. He passed away last week.
Yeah, he was a great guest. He's got a lot of funny stories. That little Iranian
He's so little.
airport stories.
He's a
from the
tall
Iranian.
man. He's a big guy.
He's giant.
He's a monster.
Put a mirror on the floor so that he looks taller.
Can I tell you something, Ritep? That I'm gonna give you a little lesson here.
Sure.
About radio and podcasts.
I hope it's not about conflict.
It's about what the audience wants.
Uh huh.
They don't just want to hear you listing things that Matt's done. Like, just you're essentially just reading a list.
I just thought you guys had a horrible format.
Yeah, that's
didn't know.
not what the audience tunes in for.
Oh, what do they tune in for?
Hijinks, fighting. Look at our reviews on iTunes.
Tomfoolery.
That's what people say. They like that we fight. They like that we make fun of the
Like
guests
this.
and embarrass them.
Uh huh. Well, that's what I was doing with the list. I was talking about his terrible.
Alright.
I mean, I wasn't going to spend all day on his terrible MySpace videos.
It felt like you wrote out a list and like you were checking it twice.
Do I have a list? Is it Christmas?
It's getting close. When can I put the tree up? When can I put the tree up?
As soon as you want, man. It's your house. You're an adult. You can act like a child whenever you want.
What are your thoughts on that, Matt? When can I start decorating for Christmas?
Well, I understand your obsession with this based on, dysfunctional family life. I come from, same boat.
Sure.
Leave it up all year if it makes you feel happy.
The problem is then it takes away the specialness, because I did think I was going to leave it up all year, but I was like, I got to take it down so that it's special again.
Oh, so you can bring it back out.
Because otherwise it becomes a lamp,
What if you just get two and rotate them?
like a pink tree and a green tree type of thing.
Like a frosted tree and
Ooh.
a green tree.
Yeah,
And
just
then
a
like you get
plethora of
happy when the
snow
green
globes.
tree comes out.
Snow globes everywhere.
I mean, I would say honestly, like October, like right after Halloween, day after Halloween.
I think Halloween's got to be gone,
yeah,
and then you can pop the tree up.
bust it out.
Are you guys going to do anything for Halloween? Do you guys like adult Halloween?
No, I hate it.
I'm thinking about
hate everything about
I'm
it.
thinking about dressing like a slutty cat, like just the actual costume.
Get the female costume.
Yeah,
that you
just
get on,
the
like,
G-string and the
naughty.com.
fishnets and shit.
Naughty.com.
Just to prove a point. Like it would be hard to. It would be a sacrifice.
There's a website that just sells. I've seen some whorish girls on Facebook posting like thinking about this. All they sell is slutty Halloween costumes.
Right.
Have you seen it? What's it called?
SluttyHalloweenCostumes.com.
Basically, yeah. It's something like that. But there's ridiculous shit. Like there's 400 costumes for like Naughty Admiral.
Sluts.
Oh no, it's crazy. Cat, there's like 15 pages of slutty
They have
cat.
like slutty Sandusky.
Oh, dude, you should definitely go as slutty
Best
Sandusky.
costume of the year.
Dude, if you pull the trigger on that,
Slutty Sandusky.
yeah, or just go as Sandusky. I don't even know how you do that.
How about slutty? Like garbage collector?
Yeah,
I just want to see a slut with just dragging trash around.
but do it. She's a really hot chick.
Go to the east side.
If we have any
LA.
hot female listeners, and I think that we don't, I would like them to go for Halloween as slutty garbage collector, but actually drag a bag of like really smelly hot garbage around for the entire night.
Well, the costume is
hot.
just you wedge a fucking Coors Light can into your butt crack and drag a fucking trash bag around. That's the whole thing. Are you telling me a chick couldn't get into the Barney's Beanery with a Coors Light can wedged into her butt crack?
Of course she could. Yeah.
Of course she could.
Barney's Beanery will literally let any female on the planet in.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, are they checking butt cracks? I don't understand.
Well, no. I mean, if I had like a a hat on backwards, I'd probably be turned away. I really don't.
I don't know how you get it in anywhere.
I hate bouncers. I hate bouncers, man.
I know. They're terrible.
They're like the worst subgroup.
It's the biggest losers on the planet.
It's guys that wanted to be cops that couldn't be cops.
Hey.
Yeah, that also like were in one scene in a movie where they played the big guy, who was standing in the background in a suit, and so they have ego for it forever.
Do you remember we were in Hermosa and we went into Sharky's, I think, and I happened to have a pretty sweet basketball jersey, but like a a quality garment, and so we walked.
Oh yeah, it was like a throwback.
Me, you, and a couple other people. Nice jersey. It's fucking 100 degrees out or whatever. And the dude goes, the bouncer goes, you can't come in here. And I go, why? He goes, you can't wear jerseys. And I go, you're wearing a jersey.
And was it a Raiders jersey? Because I'm assuming it was, because they're all dicks.
That would make more. I think it was actually Philly, which
it was a 76ers jersey. It was a throwback, like Julius Erving or something.
And I go, dude, but you're. I mean, this is how stupid they are. I'm like, you're wearing a jersey. He goes, oh yeah, well you can't wear basketball jerseys. I'm like, now you're discriminating by sport.
No, they were discriminating by ugly people. That's why they didn't want you in there.
It's highly possible.
But by the way, breaking a bouncer down with logic and reason is not how you get them to respect you.
Not worth your time.
Yeah, they love being made a fool of.
Hey,
yeah,
get that hat. You can't wear that hat in here. I'll hold on to it.
There was a bar that we go to a lot called the Belmont, and I actually didn't used to go there because the bouncers were such dickheads. Like, and I just was like, you know what? Fuck that place. Like, I'm someone who spends $200 a night at bars 3 times a week, and I'm not going there because they're just dicks. And I don't like you looking at me like I'm an idiot for wanting to come into the place that you work for $7.50 an hour.
Yeah.
But then they got the guy who's there now who's really cool. So now we can go there again
and spend your $200 a night.
He was the guy who came out the night that the guy attacked you from behind and said your friend just got punched in the face and he's laying in the street. You might want to go out there and help.
Wait, now tell us that story. Did we talk? We didn't talk about this on the
I don't
last.
think we talked about this.
I don't even
It's not
know this
much
story.
of a story. Well, the story it was a big. I think it was your girlfriend's birthday party, correct?
It wasn't. It was Devin's girlfriend's.
It was one of our friend's girlfriend's, Kate's birthday party, and there was this. So we have like a back bar that's a private place, but people can come in and out. It's not like totally excluded or whatever. So there was this fucking weird, like, fucking Thundercat looking dude, and he
had fiery red hair pulled back into a ponytail. Okay. Imagine how much you hate him just from looking at him.
Yeah, just based on that
already
description.
Terrible.
And he was just saying creepy shit to a few girls I know, like 3 separate incidents. And I think finally I just said, get the fuck out of here.
And you're like a pacifist, so for somebody to rile you up that much, it must have been like super creepy.
Well, I'm from I'm from a redneck area. I know I can throw down if I need to. I just don't want to. So I told him to leave.
You redneck?
And then I wouldn't self-apply that term or whatever.
But you just did.
Well, how do you?
From a redneck town.
There's no way to describe.
Okay. But anyway, this guy's a fucking creep. You tell him to get out, and then what do? He pushed your face.
I told him to get out, and then he did. And all I know is like he touched my face. I started freaking out, yelling at him. They kicked me out, and as I was leaving, he just hit me in the back of the head, and I fell down.
And you went down, huh?
The guy. There was a little bit of a commotion. You got kicked out, and the guy was trying to leave, and I actually grabbed him, and I go, "You're not going after him to fight." And the guy just goes, "Bro, I'm a lover, not a fighter. What are you talking about?" And he kind of talks like that. And he walks out, and then the bouncer, who is really cool, just walks up, and his actual quote is, he goes, "Hey, man, your friend just got knocked the fuck out, and he's laying in the street." Right on. But that said, by the time I got out there, our other friend, who's a tiny little guy, had kind of walked up the street with a guy, and he one-punched him and knocked him out.
Yeah, God bless him.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should say his name. But
that's a fucking...
It was great.
I mean, that's a shit show.
Really cool of him. I actually bought him dinner for that.
Did you really?
Dude, I got hit full-on, point-blank, in the back of the head. That can fucking kill someone.
Well, you're actually, like in MMA, you're not even allowed to punch in the back of the head because you can die. You can sever the...
Yeah.
Do you feel like mentally slower after that.
You sound it.
Yeah, definitely sound
No,
it.
but it might explain some erratic behavior.
Like the stalking of women and all that.
That's not a good term.
Wait, what's not a good term? The stalking or the retard term?
Stalking. It's just not accurate.
I know you're not a stalker.
Although I'll
I'm
tell you
just
what, if someone
making
blocks
fun
your
of you.
number, if you get a Skype account, they can't block that.
Tip to the listeners: if somebody is trying desperately for you to not contact them, just get on Skype, make a fake account, and have a list. Contacts.
This chick, there was actually no like severance. It was just like she just kind of blocked my number all of a sudden. It was like, oh, it's pretty obvious you're catching some dick, and I felt like that should be known, So
Yeah.
Did you just call a vagina a dick mitt?
I sure did.
That just cost us all of our female listeners.
No, it didn't. It got us all the good ones, all the ones that'll dress up like garbage men for Halloween.
Oh God, I hope that one of the listeners. By the way, we're getting we're over 2,000 regular downloads per podcast now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that someone's not gonna step up and do this.
The garbage,
Yeah,
the garbage man outfit.
Somebody has to do this.
It would be great. I mean, I would personally cover the tab of any woman that would do that,
I would be
assuming
thrilled.
she's under 140 pounds.
If you're interested, give us a call at 321-DICK Vein. That's 321-DIKVEIN.
Do you know the numbers, stupid
No,
idiot?
of
Because
course not.
cell phones don't have the goddamn fucking letters on there. So if you don't have the numbers, no one's gonna know.
All right. I mean, I get it. I get the numbers. But they can also contact us through the contact form at cocktailsandkimonos.com. You're really upset about the numbers.
Because I hate when the fucking things have the letters and they don't give the numbers. Because I'm looking at an iPhone, just going, never mind, not gonna call.
Why don't you just get some tiny stickers and place them on?
You could start a business just selling tiny letter stickers. And
It's not a bad idea.
And I think Retep just...
Not the worst idea.
I literally... Retep's eyes just lit up when I said that, like I haven't seen since he just ate the giant pizza a few minutes ago.
Last night, I ate a full, large pizza. But that's 321-345-8346.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
So, Ralston, I have an idea for you, how to get your lady back.
What should I do?
Send her some flowers.
Flowers.
I know it's like a cliche. It's like, oh yeah, she's not going to forgive you. Just
No, it works.
She
It
actually,
works.
She actually will.
They're
works.
shallow. It works.
It
They
works.
don't understand it. It's genetic. They're genetically predisposed to forgive
And you know what else?
in the presence of flowers.
Even if you're not in the doghouse and you just send some flowers for no reason, you're free. You get a freebie.
Automatic
Let's-
fuck.
By the way, like let's say you're in a relationship that's more than 6 months old, where you're just not getting blown anymore. Send her some flowers.
And there goes the last one female.
That's
listener.
like 2 or 3. The same goes for women. Send a guy a pizza.
Yeah. Or a monthly subscription for pizzas.
But so what did you actually order her flowers or no?
I did, yeah. I ordered
What-
them online.
what'd
from
you use?
the Same site.
Just flowers?
Justflowers.com.
It's
Just flowers.
by far the best site.
Definitely the best site. I've used
'cause
it several
I
times.
had used 1-800-Flowers, and it's way more expensive than Just Flowers.
And didn't they show up late? So
They
whatever.
did.
I mean,
They
it
did.
was just a nightmare.
So if you fucked up or you just want to get blown, send your woman some flowers. Go to cocktailsandkimonos.com and support the show is the tab right at the top. And go to Just Flowers. If you click through on that site, you will get a promo code that will save you $10. So cocktailsandkimonos.com. It's support the show. I don't know why you called it that. That's something we'll have to talk about.
Support the show.
Because they're not supporting us. They're getting a deal. They're going to save $10 on their fuck up flowers that they're ordering.
And support the show. It's an additional incentive is the thing.
And all the money that we make,
Which is zero for
It's-
the show.
in the history of the show, it's been zero.
We're actually down like $3,000.
Yeah, but anything we do make will go to getting Retep's teeth colored correctly, which would be white,
Yeah. And
which is the right color for teeth for
that's
humans.
really, really unnecessary. And you just put our listeners in a negative vibe, so they're not going to click through.
Click through.
Don't Matt,
you dare just go to Just Flowers without clicking through, though. God damn it.
especially you, Gromit. we love you, Gromit. Please click through.
But see, have you looked at our reviews on iTunes?
Yeah, we've got several. We've
There's
got
a lot.
about 35, 40 reviews.
Someone said that they started laughing and spit their Dr. Pepper they were eating their lunch at their desk, spit it onto their laptop.
Oh my god!
And I'm sure it was at something that I had said, but you know,
You're not. I mean, you're funny, but our guest is funnier than you, and so am I. So,
wild.
let's get back to
If
him.
you were confident, would you ever say it like that?
No.
The
So am
other
I.
person
Moving on. Yeah.
By the way, I'm funnier than you. Eat a dick.
So much.
No, I don't. My claim to fame isn't humor, pal.
No, it's your technical skills.
My technical skills are off the charts. Started a new website. We don't have to talk about
I
that.
think people like you because you're like a village idiot type.
Well, that's why we have Matt Ralston here.
That's true.
On the show.
Are you still doing stand-up, or have you been essentially banned from every club in the world for...
For ranting about your ex-girlfriend.
Killing it recently. I have so many good jokes.
Really?
Check this one out.
All right. New
Well,
joke.
no, I don't want to do material.
Do
Never
one
mind.
joke. Let us hear a
Do you
joke.
want to
'cause
give you
I
an
haven't-
example of the type of stuff?
Go ahead.
Which is not like, I wouldn't do like, a bit. All right. So,
What was that?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
so I'm walking, I'm in Laguna Beach, and I just took a shower in the hotel with the little bottles of shampoo and conditioner and whatnot, which is subpar of what you would normally use outside of a hotel.
Sure.
And the soap is scented. So I'm walking out, and this little black dude, probably about 18, I don't know, 17, 18. He walks by me, and I guess the wind was blowing in his face, and he goes, "Yo, you smelling mad, white boy." And not in a threatening way, but I was like,
What kind of?
what kind of thing is that to say? And
You smell mad white boy?
Yeah, that's like almost a 90s. He's like, "You smelling like a white boy," right? But it almost complimenting.
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
So you had just come out of a Motel 6 shower,
No,
and he
it was
said
nice.
that
It was a nice resort.
you. Okay.
All right.
So,
You smell
so I
mad
looked.
white-
So I looked at him and I said, "Cool, man. What are you wearing? Barbecue sauce?"
Ooh. What did-
Yo,
what-
I
laugh?
didn't bring race into it.
No.
What did he say?
If you come at me, I'll come back at you.
Yeah. What did he say?
He didn't get it. He just walked. He's a fucking idiot.
Sure.
I mean,
He
why
was
else
like,
would he
"No."
have said something like that?
You smell mad white boy. Another one of our friends was at Ralph's going to like get alcohol for after hours, and it was 3 of them, and so it's verified because I thought the first guy was exaggerating because he's a drunk, but apparently
It was you.
the teller or the cashier said something like, "That's a lot of beer, white cheese," and he was like, "What?" And she said it again, but took off the white cheese. But she apparently called him white cheese.
I mean, that grosses me out because I like cheese, white cheese. That
like-
makes me feel like cheese is gross.
Very strange, right?
Yeah, but black people
White
are
cheese.
often lactose intolerant, so that's
True.
even more like that's just like that makes them even more repulsive.
Sure, we touched that. Black people? It makes black people more repulsive? Is that what you just said?
No, to a black person, I feel the need to say now that I have black friends,
I mean, that's the funniest
which
thing
is
you've said.
true. But no, I mean a lot of them are lactose intolerant. So if a black person calls you cheese, that makes you intolerant. That makes you
Yeah.
like not.
It's like you could upset their stomach if they ate you.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense. Weird, though. We insanely, 2 totally different paths, 2 podcasts in a row have talked about how black people are lactose intolerant.
Yeah, it's
That
a
is-
thing.
Did
is
that not come
bizarre.
up? Maybe I was listening. That came up before at some point.
It's a very, very
we
pop
talked about
culture-y
it.
thing.
We talked about it last week because we were talking about the milk industry.
Yeah.
And how a lot of black people are lactose intolerant.
Do you have any? Just
Go ahead.
I actually have a bit.
Fucking Lindsay Lohan had another police incident this week.
Are you what? What was it?
Her and her mom got into a fight and had to have the police come.
Oh my god!
3 in the last 10 days.
Why does she hang out with her mom? Like they're terrible people, all of them.
That's a good question. Yeah, why would you hang out with your mom?
Her dad was on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. I mean, he's a psycho, and she's obviously psycho. And the mom is like just taking advantage of her for her entire life to make money. It's like, no wonder she's so fucked up. But still, she should be in prison. Not jail, prison.
I need this fucking bitch in prison.
I think she came out in favor of Mitt Romney, unless that was just a joke of somebody's.
Oh,
I believe that to be true.
Her political opinion weighs heavily on my mind. I want to know. She just wants somebody who's going to legalize all drugs, which is what Mitt's family wants to do. Because they all live in Mexico, where the cartel and war with the cartels.
Isn't it funny that, like, of the last, and I mean, I don't want to get political, but of all this stuff about, and I don't even,
Yes,
I'm not an Obama, I voted for him, but I don't approve of really the job he's done. That being said, you know, obviously.
Have you ever approved of the job any president has done?
Well, look, a lot of racist people covertly like to question if he's American. Mitt Romney. His dad was born in Mexico. John McCain was born overseas.
I know.
And they're like, oh, that's America because what? But he was born in like, do you know, like Germany or some Air Force base in Europe?
Who? Obama?
No, McCain was.
Oh, McCain.
Going back to the previous
I have
election.
no idea where the fuck McCain was
But it's
born.
like, how is you can't if you. When you say born in America, you realize you can actually be born in like Jamaica.
Anywhere.
As long as you're on like a consulate.
Or, I mean, we have military bases in every single country. You could be born
Well,
in
in
any
my
country.
opinion, in my personal opinion, you're not born in America. Like, you're welcome to be here, but you're not born in the USA because you were born in Jamaica. In a literal sense.
I mean,
Who was born in
who even
Jamaica?
cares? Like,
Well, McCain was born in, you can look it up, like Germany or some base. You know, there's military
okay.
bases all over. We've colonized the entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure. I do like how you said you don't like to get political, because I was reading your tweets today, and every single one of them is politically related. I mean, like, I went back for like months trying to find, because I was like, oh, it's election time. Of course he's tweeting. And then it was still just like political shit.
Well, that's probably before I stopped drinking. Because when you're drunk, when you're drunk, you actually say your political beliefs. You don't care that it's arrogant and
uninformed.
No, the best thing is like when you're out with your buddies and like somebody mentions something and they're like, I don't want to get political, and you're like, yeah, me neither. And literally like 3 minutes later, you're deep in like heated debate, and the two people next to you are also in it.
When I was like 19, that was my jam. But like now, I'm just like, man.
In Alaska, were you in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
With four other people, you guys would all just debate?
Oh, no. In Alaska, no one's going to talk about politics.
And that's why Sarah Palin was...
Well,
was she, the governor? Or the senator? Or what the fuck was she?
She was the governor.
The governor.
That was after I left. But
well, and then you have, Jesse Ventura. He was the governor of Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
These people are nuts. And they're the governors of fucking states. It's pretty.
You have
fucking
to kind of like Jesse Ventura, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love
cool.
him.
I like him.
I mean, you can't like Palin.
He really brings that fake wrestling dynamic to politics.
Palin's gotten significantly better looking.
Oh yeah, several surgeries.
Did you guys see
She's pretty good
that? I
looking.
disagree completely.
I think she's pretty hot.
A 4.
No
She's
way.
a 4
For her age.
Well, she's a grandma.
9.
For her age. What is? I mean,
She's a grandma now.
Yeah,
did you see
pretty
what was the show that Jesse Ventura had on like A&E?
Yeah,
And he tried to
The conspiracy
he was
theory.
trying to break into like where they had the files, and he's like, they won't let me in, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, of course they won't let you in. What are you talking about? you're not an official. You're with a camera crew, and you're insane, and you're
saw that
making a
one.
spectacle like an asshole. Of course they're not going to let you in to the fucking file building.
That's the one they do
idiot.
about the HARP, the weather control thing.
That's not real. It's Photoshop.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd found a picture of Sarah Palin
yes.
in a bikini holding a rifle.
No, I saw the footage from her beauty pageant days. Her ass is really chunky, even at that age.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've never seen anything but her face.
Well,
Yeah.
here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
she's a blathering fool.
You've never seen anybody who's in the public eye only puts forward the best looking parts of themselves.
It's not real.
There's one of...
They cover up everything else.
Look up Nail and Palin. It's a Hustler video. It's pretty good.
Well aware of it.
Yeah.
Does that happen to be starring Lisa Ann?
I'm well aware of it. What? It's just a doppelganger for Sarah Palin getting railed?
They made a whole series of films.
Oh, and she's like, is she doing like
She
political,
looks,
presidential things?
She's dressed like Sarah Palin, looks exactly like her.
The acting is better than you would think. I'm not going to say it's great.
I have a routine that you did many years back, but it's close to Big D's heart, and I want to play it because it involves cats.
I don't have a girlfriend right now. I did for a while. We broke up. It was the cat's fault, you know. She had this cat, and the cat got like strep throat, right? So we took it to the vet, and she comes out, and she's like, "Hey, can you give me like $1,500 for the vet bill?" I'm like, cats cost like $6. Like, I can go down right now and get a 6-pack of cats. It's not a big deal, you know. And she's like, well, I just love the cat. I'm like, think about it like this. Like, say you got a car and you wreck it, you know, and it costs more to fix your car than to get a new one. Yeah, that car's gone, you know. And she's like, are you saying that you're not going to give me the money for the cat? I'm saying the cat's totaled.
Thank God that's over.
You don't what? You're not proud of that or what? You look really good there, by the way. I mean, you've let yourself.
I was gonna say that's back when you used to try.
What, really?
You are like you.
I think I'm in pretty good shape right now.
I mean, I don't know.
Let me see what he looks like because yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna.
You perceive yourself as being in good shape, but
others.
I don't think I'm in like the best shape, but I mean.
Well, I mean, you haven't shaved in a week, obviously.
Neither.
Does that have anything to do with? I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, that's covering up the double chin, and then you go down and get into the boob area.
It is covering the double.
Every guy knows
I'm 6'4", I'm 190 pounds. I mean, that's not bad, you know.
It's not that you're not. It's not that
Let's
you're
try
bad.
Let's try 6'3", 210, and we'll be a little closer to the truth.
Now you're just describing Gary Busey.
I liked it though. A 6-pack of cats. That's fucking funny.
What are you, Casey Kasem? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Well, he has. I mean,
know, right?
I just
It's
wanted
crazy.
because you have.
I like it though. 6-pack of cats.
Well, I wanted to get into your
yeah.
cat thing. You've got a 6-pack of cats, don't you?
There's 2 cats living in the home.
Well, it feels like 100 every time I come here. They hiss at me.
You've said this before. They've never hissed at you.
Last time I was here, it bit me. One of them bit me. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to get all and like hit it.
I don't hit the cats. It growled at you because you're gross.
It growled. Okay.
What are you talking
Okay. The cat sensed my grossness and growled at me like a gargoyle.
Distilling traits that cat cannot do. It flipped you off.
Yeah.
Growled. A cat cannot growl.
It did. It went.
So do you have a problem with cats? Like, do you have an issue with them or?
No, I like cats.
But didn't that girl not end up paying you back for the cat surgery? 'Cause I remember at one point we were thinking about going to try and collect. When we were hammered and we thought that sounded like a good idea.
No, that's a completely made up story. That girl didn't pay me back for dental surgery.
Wait, comedians make stories up? That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you have anything like? You've just been looking at your computer. I'm assuming you've gathered some information.
No, the Yankees game's on.
Oh my God, Jesus.
So yeah. But Nick Swisher just walked, so bases loaded.
Well, that'll be a tag so that people actually come and listen. To
If you're scoring at home, who gives a fuck?
Oof. I thought you were a comedian.
Actually, I didn't get that.
Not a boo median.
I'll tell you how to fix baseball. You can't step out of the box.
Yeah, that would help. I mean, the games take 7 fucking hours.
It's really boring.
It's terrible.
Also, the pitcher shouldn't be allowed to just mill around in the middle of the field.
No,
It's bizarre.
pitcher and batter should have to be essentially fixed in their respective spots.
Yeah,
Like a video
Can't
game.
move at all.
exactly.
Oh boy. So, what do you think of the new studio?
It's nice, man. I like the floors are cool, and the intern was nice. I appreciate the Diet Coke, and
Yeah.
I can't believe there's DVDs in here because you realize you're just aging by the minute.
What do you mean?
Just having DVDs.
I know.
Yeah.
If you have like a 5-year-old niece, she's gonna come over and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's funny. We have all these DVDs. There's never been a moment ever where we've been like, let's watch a movie. Let's go look at our DVDs. And like obviously she categorized them by like genre or something. I don't know what she did here, but it doesn't matter. It's silliness. These could go away.
I don't think it's by
none of us would
genre
notice.
because Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash biopic, is directly next to Coyote Ugly. So I don't think it's by genre.
You a big fan of Coyote Ugly? Big D? Matt? You guys
No.
Is that on the shelf, Coyote Ugly?
Yeah.
It's one of the... There's a scene where she writes a song, like, on the roof. There's like she like decides to write a song using like this little crummy Casio keyboard, and it turns into like a 3-minute music video in the middle of the film. It's one of the most alarming things I've ever seen.
And you've seen a lot
and
of alarming
this movie
things.
made a lot of money. Coyote Ugly.
Oh yeah,
Piper Perabo was the star.
Piper Perabo.
Everyone was saying she was going to be like the new it girl. Instead, she's the new shit girl.
She's the old shit girl.
Yeah.
You guys seen any good flicks lately, or heard of any that you want to see?
I'm very heavy into the HBO series Deadwood right now.
Okay.
I never watched it when it was out. It's arguably the greatest thing that's ever aired on TV. So I'm plowing through those.
What's Deadwood about?
It's about the Wild West, man.
Oh, okay, all right.
Historical, but like really fucking good and violent and awesome.
I always felt like they had like bad costumes and
Deadwood?
just random actors with long hair could get a part.
Did you watch it or did you just like know of it?
No, it's just my perception.
Do you think it would have been
Without ever seeing
cool? Of the three of us, who do you think would have succeeded the most in the Wild West?
Obviously, I would say me.
I thought it was a given that you were definite last.
Actually, I would have been shot.
Yeah, you would have been
No, I would have been dead.
immediately shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put you
I'll-
last just because of your.
I'll withdraw myself.
You're
Yeah.
scared of everything. You would just cower and run away.
Yeah, that's a good way to live.
He would steal from
But
wagons.
you would never do anything. You'd never become anything.
No,
'cause you'd always
I'm
be
ready
cowering.
for action, babe.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you just call me babe?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh.
No, Ralston would immediately have been killed probably by like a Doc Holliday type.
The second he came out of the womb.
Be like some moonshine and one gunshot. That's it.
Well, they would just be like, "Ugh, we're so sick of this blathering drunk in our tent.
Yeah, he'd be like
Wyatt Earp, come kill him."
Well, plus I'd be like banging. By the way, banging back then, gross. Like no showers.
Everyone dirty.
I don't want to bang. Like, can you imagine like having doggy style sex and a chick hasn't taken a shower in a while and it's giant bush and it's like disgusting. Dude, if my air conditioning goes out for if I take a fucking shuttle from the Houston downtown to the airport, I would not even touch myself. Can you imagine? I wouldn't even masturbate. The amount of
You wouldn't
sweat
wanna look.
accumulated.
You wouldn't wanna look down there.
And I mean, could you just imagine? It's
Well,
disgusting.
the way that you cleaned
surprised
yourself-
we're even here.
For most of human history, the way that we cleaned ourselves was sitting in a cesspool of our own filth in like a little tub, a metal tub of water.
Right, and before
And you
that,
maybe got to do that once a week. They didn't have nice smelling soaps, no deodorant, no cologne.
yeah.
Wait,
hot-
because if you're taking a bath, you're rinsing a bunch of shit off. But when you get up, you have to get up through that same water.
It's right
And
back
it
on you.
sticks
So
to you.
you're
It sticks
coated.
right to
Could
your
have
body.
just skipped that whole
yeah.
process.
It's I mean it's the old way of doing things.
It's ridiculous, by the way. Like, everyone must have stunk so bad. You're right. Like, I'm surprised that humans continue to procreate.
Well, that's another reason why you would both. I would obviously be the top dog. I'd be the leader of the pack because it wouldn't bother me, and you guys would be
Yeah, that's true.
cowering in a basement somewhere,
See,
being like,
I-
"Oh my god, it smells."
You would
everywhere.
succeed because I feel like you would be like the
get
sketchy but reliable janitor that works at the whorehouse.
Are you saying we would be the gays, given the macho scale, we would be the gays of the West?
Well, I mean, when you associate wild, I mean, you're saying who would survive in the Wild Wild West? That's your question.
Again, we're talking about the Wild West, not the Will Smith song "Wild Wild West." He said it twice too.
the Wild Wild West.
Is that? I mean, that's just it's
It's
been
the
ingrained
Wild
in
West.
my head.
Wild Wild
He
West.
tried to
is
sound like folksy about it too.
the Wild Wild
The
West.
Wild Wild
So
West.
just in the Wild Wild West, like
Listen,
Come
boys.
on, this is bullshit.
When you were back in the Wild Wild
I'm just
West,
talking naturally, guys. You know, I get the Casey Kasem, I get the Wild Wild West reference going on here.
Look, The wild,
you,
wild
People
west.
do that to describe extreme things. Like, you can say deep south, but like, we're in the deep, deep south. Like, that means
We're in the-
hatchets and fucking,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're
trucks
in the, you're going to
and
get killed south if you come here.
You're gonna die.
We're in the we
Basically.
don't like Jews South.
Anytime two adjectives, you're gonna die. What's your go-to porn site?
Sorry. I don't know. What's yours right now? I've got a few that I'm.
You're gonna pretend you don't have one.
Yeah.
Tube8.com. It's pretty solid.
Tube8, huh?
It's more quality over quantity.
Don't go to tube8.com.
Is it more quality?
It's quality.
Okay.
Instead, go to our sponsors.
Cocktailsandkimonos.com. Support the show. Again, why did you name it? These people are getting deals.
So what do you want me to just call it? Deals? Should I just call it deals?
But like, support the show. It sounds like you're going to click on it,
who
and
do
it's
you
going to be
think-
asking them to donate $1.
I'm curious what kind of people you think are coming to the website. Do you think it's just people who wouldn't want to support the show? Or do you think it's people who would be like, oh, maybe I do want to
If I
support
saw a
the
tab
show?
called support the show, I wouldn't click on it because I would assume that it would be
Well, you
asking
don't listen,
for a donation.
But you don't listen to podcasts. I do.
I listen
and
to a podcast every morning.
Do you ever go to the website for the podcast?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's the whole point. I do, and I know what they look like.
Okay.
All right.
And support the show must be a very common theme.
I'll tell you who else has the support the show.
Who?
Adam
Don't.
Carolla.
Your obsession with Adam Carolla's podcast is annoying.
He has the #1 podcast in the world.
Why don't
You're
you
so
go-
dumb. You know nothing about podcasts.
Can I plug something before we...
Yeah, 100%.
Just edit this part out. But
West Hollywood City Council, March 2012.
Oh, yeah, you're running for city council?
Yeah.
Matt Ralston for city council, 2012, West Hollywood.
It's so March of 2012.
You
is
just
about
repeated
seven-
a bunch of words.
March of 2012 happened about 7 months ago.
Huh? 2013.
All right.
Okay. And this
If
will
you're going
be
to run for a city
your
council,
new city councilman.
Hopefully edit that part out.
do you know how people will be able to vote for you?
I mean, like, Mitt Romney makes a statistical mistake and he gets bashed. I mean, I just got the year wrong.
What? How do people go to vote for you for West Hollywood City Council?
Ralston2013.com.
Is it already set up?
.com. No, .com.
all right.
By the way, are you running on the platform that we discussed of letting?
Taking back the streets, anti-police, yeah.
Well, no one's going to vote for you. I just went to Ralston2013.com. It is a site that says Bluehost, and it's nothing.
Well, I thought that you weren't going to say that right away because I'm actually constructing it this weekend.
No, but what? I thought your platform was going to be like the bars could stay open later.
yeah,
and
why
that
don't
you
you
could-
give us your
and you can do open container, right?
Yeah.
Love that.
The thing is, less parking enforcement, less police presence.
Sure. Sounds great.
Any
A
plan how to
ceremonial ban on certain bigoted right-wing figures entering the city limits.
So you kind of want to go back to the wild, wild west.
The Wild West.
There's
Yeah,
a
the
land.
Wild West.
Also, an open container law from I'm going to say from
It's too fair.
La Cienega to Robertson down
It's tough because
Maybe
we have to
Crescent
walk
Heights.
from. Yeah, I would love it to start at Crescent. Yeah.
Crescent Heights. Yeah.
So
And how are you going to raise revenue for the city? You going to just alcohol sales and additional condom revenues from all the fucking that's going to happen from bars staying open later?
We don't need revenue. There's plenty of taxes
and so you're
already coming in.
but you're gonna keep out certain groups of people, is what you're saying?
No, just known bigots. You know.
Like who?
Well, if the Nazis can do it, then why can't we do it the other way around? You know, the left really never gets that real. I'm down. Rush Limbaugh. Sorry, you're not coming in.
Well,
We'll arrest you.
Does he come around often in West Hollywood?
Probably goes to gay bars to score fucking pills.
Pills and glory holes. All right. On that note,
Somebody just posted a funny Facebook status that made me laugh. So remember the song that goes down out down out down out. Is it a hip hop?
yeah.
So one of the lyrics is, this is just a funny take. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but I like hot butter on my breakfast toast. And he says, I just don't see how that's bragging or boasting. I don't mean to brag, man. I really like hot butter on my breakfast toast.
He's just
Why is
Dude,
that
you're out of
bragging?
line with your preference for butter.
Yeah. All right, man. I thought you were going to say cream cheese.
Yeah.
Now you're bragging.
Take a step back with that. That's so true.
How is that bragging? Anyway, me saying that obviously just made Retep put him into a food haze, and he's starving.
Definitely
He's trying
starving.
to eat the soundboard.
Yeah.
He's chewing on his wire.
Yes.
Anyway, Ralston, always a pleasure. I think we'll see how the audience responds to your bullshit this time.
Yes. To your hijinks.
I mean, I got personally $100 to any chick that wedges a Coors Light can into her butt crack and carries around a garbage bag as a costume.
Yeah. Your next
right.
city councilman, ladies and gentlemen. What's that website again?
Go to it, but don't go to it yet. And wait a month while he lazily drinks himself into a stupor, and then, although you aren't drinking, I know, stop.
Ralston2013.com.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Hey, let's go have a beer.
All right.
Ralston,
You guys are having beers?
think about it. This is chaos.
Kind of missed that.
You've lost complete control, Retep.